Recently, a heated exchange in the Australian Senate between Senator Fatima Payman and Senator Pauline Hanson has sparked intense debate.
She has said, "I believe we're in danger of being swamped by Asians." In her first speech, in 1998 policy speech, she said Aboriginality would no longer exist under her party's policies. In another statement, she says, "We're bringing in people from South Africa at the moment. There's a huge amount coming into Australia who have disease. They've got AIDS. If that is not racist, what is it?"
This was the first time we witnessed Fatima confront anyone with such fervour, a shift likely stemming from her departure from the protective confines of the Labor Party, where the young senator in the past would have been shielded by senior members of the ALP. However, now, as an independent, she faces her critics directly.
"You're not just vindictive, mean, nasty. You bring disgrace to the human race."
Her supporters are likely to applaud her courage, especially in standing up to Hanson, who has long been accused of racism and xenophobia. Many argue that Pauline deserves everything she gets, given her history of inflammatory remarks, including a recent racial slur directed at Senator Faruqi, telling her to piss off back to Pakistan. If Hanson wants to throw punches, she must expect to receive them. Hanson's supporters at Sky News quickly rallied to her defence.
Fatima Payman,
yes,
I'll be talking
another
about her
example
later on in the show, where she and Lydia Thorpe belong, which is in Clown Show, of course.
Was disgraceful. I don't think enough has been said. Payman, what she did this week, and I know you're going to be talking about it later in the program, I thought that was one of the most disgusting things I've seen.
Many believe that Sky News has become a mouthpiece for radical right populists, promoting ideas that make racism and fear of others seem normal in everyday conversations. This influence has changed the political scene, making racism acceptable in mainstream political discourse. But was Hanson's challenge to Fatima truly rooted in racism? On Wednesday, she questioned Fatima's eligibility to serve due to her dual citizenship, referencing Section 44 of the Constitution, which disqualifies anyone with allegiance to a foreign power from sitting in the Senate. Fatima, who held dual Australian and Afghan citizenship, had declared this upon her nomination. After the Taliban's rise, she sought to renounce her Afghan citizenship. However, in November 2021, she was informed that her application could not be finalized due to the disconnect between the embassy and the new Taliban government, preventing the normal renunciation process. Fatima asserts she received legal advice confirming her eligibility given the exceptional circumstances.
Because clearly, when the Labor Party put me up as a candidate, they did their homework, and here it is. Here's the advice. Senator Hanson, do you want to see it for yourself?
While one might argue her renunciation isn't formally complete, a precedent set by the High Court in the 1992 Sykes v. Cleary case suggests otherwise. The court ruled against disqualifying citizens who have made reasonable efforts to resolve conflicting allegiances. In light of this, it seems that Fatima has taken the necessary steps, especially considering the scrutiny the ALP would have exercised during her nomination. If Hanson wishes to pursue this matter in court, she may well face defeat, as she did in her recent case against Senator Faruqi, where the federal court ruled against her for being guilty of racial vilification. Can Pauline Hanson's actions here be seen as racist? While they may indeed be fueled by racist undertones, there might be a more troubling agenda at work here. Are the major parties orchestrating a campaign to discredit and marginalize Senator Fatima Payman, using Pauline Hanson as a pawn in this strategic game? Fatima's outspoken views on Gaza have clearly made her a target. The timing of the citizenship questions raises suspicion. Could this be a strategic attempt to discredit her with voters ahead of the upcoming election? Even when she wins any legal battle, the process can waste valuable time and resources while generating significant negative publicity. While the answers remain elusive, it's imperative that we challenge these narratives and unveil the corrupt tactics that drive political agendas in the pursuit of truth and accountability. Thank you for listening to another episode of TBN. Please help to support independent media by liking, subscribing and sharing. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.